Do you think just one kiss when you're meant to be in a relationship is cheating? 0207 862 2222, that's the number. Give me a ring. Jilly Cooper, Dame Jilly Cooper, admitted over the weekend that she shared a kiss with Sean Connery when he and his wife came round for dinner. She says she was in the kitchen pretending to cook. Sean came in, wait for this, took her in his arms. That's the bit that gets me. The taking in your arms, that's the good bit. Took her in his arms and kissed her. According to her, they then had a long chat on the phone the next day and agreed it was a lovely thing to do, but it was better if it didn't go any further. So, I mean, maybe you'd give your partner a whole pass if it was, you know, Sean Connery
007
with a spoon, or, you know, somebody or other else. We know that you snog Prince Harry. You were married at the time.
Yes.
Did you tell your husband?
Oh, yes, showed him the photos. I think he would have snogged Harry too. No, he wouldn't have. But I think you should have, every couple, there should be like 5 people you're allowed to kiss.
Okay. Is that right?
If the chance comes up, well, Liam Neeson, come on.
Really?
Chris Hemsworth, George Clooney.
Gosh,
You've
got quite a good list there. Your list is all ready.
Oh, yeah, I have a long
list. You're just ready and willing.
And she's got every opportunity as well. It probably will happen.
Tell me whether you feel the same, Julia.
I'm not sure. I think it's interesting, isn't it? Is a kiss really cheating? And I think it depends how the other person feels about that. It could destroy everything. It could be the destruction of all trust for some couples.
Yes.
You could just say, oh, I needed mouth-to-mouth resuscitation.
Yeah.
So you can get out of it.
On your back. On your back.
Yeah.
What if you saw the kiss? You know, you walked in and there it was going on, and you saw your other half kissing, you know, eyes closed and just completely enfolded in the moment, and you thought, God, we haven't kissed like that for years, and it could absolutely break your heart.
It would break your heart, and it would definitely have to be a conversation. I think it would be a turning point in the relationship where, even though if you believed that it was nothing more and it was just a kiss, questions would have to be asked from that point forward.
It could be a good thing, though, because a lot of couples do stop kissing, and it's really sexy and sensual to kiss, and they just kind of forget to do it. So
that's the thing, but you don't want your other half doing it with somebody else. Emily, how would you feel? You're married to a civil servant.
I am married.
Very civil to somebody else, a bit too civil.
Well, he is. He won't be watching the show, Vanessa, so I can be honest, because he'll be working at his desk. Well, he's played black and white, so I think that if he were to walk into our kitchen and see me snogging someone else, I think it might be the end of our marriage.
But what if you saw him snogging someone else?
If I saw him, well, also it's that kind of public-private thing, isn't it? Because if someone's, if you see it happening in your house with someone else, that's kind of, isn't that like walking into your bedroom and finding your partner in bed with someone else?
I have to say, the big difference here is we all keep saying if you walked into the kitchen. That didn't happen.
No.
So it's
with Jilly Cooper.
It's a very different
They
thing.
had a private
thing. If you then say to your partner, by the way, 6 years ago, I just want you to know, I shared a kiss with Sean Connery.
Why would you ever say that, though?
Oh, well,
You
maybe.
can't.
But then what would that? I think that would be a very different thing to you walking in and seeing it happen. And
Yes,
I don't think
good
it would
point.
destroy
Right,
a
let's
marriage.
go to the phones.
good
Let's
point.
talk to
Very good
Robin
point.
in Gloucestershire. Robin, we've spoken before. You always sound to me eminently kissable. You really do. How do you feel about your other half kissing somebody else?
Well, look, I'm going to be honoured. Any chance to have a chat with you anyway. One day I hope to sort of meet up and just have it. But I think there are kisses, aren't there? There's a friendly kiss on the cheek or whatever. But if it's passionate, if tongues are involved, you're in trouble. Really in trouble. And I think...
Yes.
Well, a kiss on the cheek, we're not talking about. We are talking about the tongue kind. That's what, as Kathy says, you want a bit of tongue or whatever she elegantly says. And she doesn't mean on a sandwich on rye with mustard. She means deep French of tonsil tennis. That's what we're talking about, Robin.
Can I just say, you women, you are wonderful. I mean, if you've ever felt marginalised, I mean, I have a very glamorous friend. She's 90. She's having a relationship with a 50-year-old guy. He was and it's hot. It's not friendship, it's more than that. But he was her upholsterer, and she said to me one day, what will the neighbours think? I mean, how much furniture has this woman got?
I thought you were going to say something very rude about stuffing at that point. I wasn't sure whether to throw myself in front of the camera or what to do. I thought you were going to get us taken off air, but you didn't. So in the end, I said it, which I shouldn't have done. Definitely not. So, Robin, as far as you're concerned, it's the nature of the kiss that might end up destroying the relationship. Is that it?
But can I just put in Kathy Lette? I have never forgotten your quote about the smoke alarm, and you used it as a timer in your kitchen, I'd still laugh about it.
Oh, that's so good. It's because my ex-husband was engaged to Nigella Lawson, and when I went with, well, they used to go out together. When I moved in with him, I couldn't cook, and I used to joke that I used my smoke alarm as a timer, and he really regretted breaking up. So that's a very lovely thing for you to say.
Robin,
Thank
a
you.
pleasure always. Let's go to Josephine, who's on the line in London. Josephine, could a kiss be a deal breaker if you saw your other half kissing someone else?
Yes, 100%. It's not okay. It's a horrible thing to do.
And people who think it's just a kiss, you know, a kiss is still a kiss, it's just a kiss, they think a bit of lip locking doesn't signify anything, isn't really being unfaithful. What would you say to them?
I would say that's completely wrong. You're in a relationship, you're committed to someone, that's your person. It's betrayal to kiss someone else.
And what if they said alcohol was playing part of the the moment? They were a little bit drunk, they were stumbling about a bit, you know, they were just resting their lips there for a moment. It didn't signify anything. What would you think of that?
I would take that into consideration, but it still wouldn't be acceptable.
What if it was George Clooney's lips coming towards you, puckered up? Could you really say no at that point?
Josephine sounds quite young. How old are you, Josephine?
20 years old.
You're sorry, how old?
20.
20, yeah, you see, so
young.
George Clooney's way too old
Oh,
for
yeah,
you.
right. Yeah, wrong.
Josephine,
Okay.
Josephine, I think you have a good point, because I think it's not just that initial kiss, is it? It's what is going to lead to after that kiss. And when I was 20, I had a long-term boyfriend at uni, and he cheated on me. And I remember going home to my mum and crying, and my mum, who was probably like 50 at the time, said, "Oh, Emily, just get over it. It's just a kiss." Whereas obviously when I was 20,
Yeah.
I thought it was the worst thing on earth. And do you think age plays a part as well?
Yes. Josephine, what about if it was Timothée Chalamet, for example? I mean, are there some people you'd make an exception for and expect the other half to understand?
Again, I don't know. I'm not sure.
I think that's it. I mean, the trouble is that there are a lot of men who think monogamy is something you make dining room tables out of.
Yeah.
They go straight from puberty to adultery. But this is not adultery. It's a kiss. It's a moment of
But
passion.
it can, but
something
what can it lead? But it
spontaneous.
could. But the fact that it's happened means it's attraction, probably alcohol, but attraction on both sides. And what happens after that?
I think it makes you appreciate your partner.
When
and it makes you think, I don't want
a
that.
long way down the road of your relationship and you've got children, you have a family and you have a life together, I don't think you're going to let a kiss explode
that.
all of that. You're not going to walk away from everything that you've built together over 20 odd years perhaps and go, you kissed someone, that's it, I'm leaving.
Yes,
I'm
so you
leaving
could say the
and
other. You
splitting
could
up
say
the
it
family.
completely other way around. You could say, you know, after building a life together, loving each other, respecting each other, having children together, you wouldn't allow yourself to kiss someone.
But it could
that
make
might
you
nuke the
feel-
whole thing, rather than you
Yeah.
wouldn't let a kiss ruin everything. Why would you kiss somebody? It's too risky, isn't
But
it?
it could reignite your own feelings of sensuality.
But for someone
Motherhood
else.
berries. No, I think you just go home and do the horizontal tango with your partner.
I just keep thinking of those women in the oldest profession who don't kiss.
No.
Yeah.
It's the one thing they don't do because
point.
it's so,
So
intimate,
intimate.
and seems to reflect what the heart feels. So you definitely don't want your other half doing that with somebody else, do you? Ideally.
And you have to explain where the coleslaw.
There's all of that.
Yeah.
That's a trust you to bring it right down to pieces. Thank you so much to lovely Kathy Lette and gorgeous Emily Andrews for being such fabulous guests.